What if your life isn't getting worse? What if you're just looking at it too closely? A camera zoomed in doesn't show you the whole picture. It shows you the crack in the wall, the missed opportunity, the person who left, the money you don't have, the body you haven't built, the version of yourself you haven't become. And when you're staring at one problem long enough, the problem starts looking like your entire life. A small perspective can turn a temporary problem into a permanent identity. That's the danger of a narrow field of view. You start confusing where you are with where you're going. You fail once and suddenly you're a failure. You lose momentum and suddenly you're undisciplined. You have a bad month and suddenly you think you've wasted the year. But zoom out, way out. That failure becomes one frame in a much larger film. That bad month becomes a chapter. That rejection becomes a direction. And that version of you you're embarrassed by, proof that you're not finished. You can be lost inside a chapter and still be exactly where the story needs you. That's where discipline becomes different. Discipline isn't just doing something every day. It's having a field of view wide enough to understand why you're doing it. Because if all you can see is today's discomfort, you'll always choose today's comfort. The workout hurts. The studying is boring. The results are invisible. Nobody notices. So you stop. But someone with a wider field of view sees something different. They see 6 months, a year, 5 years. They understand that the person you're becoming is built by decisions your current self won't always be rewarded for. And that's where growth gets uncomfortable, because growth is often invisible while it's happening. A tree doesn't look like it's moving. Neither does a person. Some of the most important changes in your life will happen while your life looks exactly the same. And then there's faith. Faith might be the ultimate test of your field of view, because sometimes you can't see the next chapter. You can't see how it's going to work. You can't see the answer. You can't see the destination. You can only see the next step, and maybe that's the point. You don't need enough vision to see the entire road. You need enough faith to take the step that's visible. So when you're overwhelmed, zoom out. When you're comparing yourself, zoom out. When one failure starts defining you, zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. Look at how far you've come. Look at what you're building. Look at who you're becoming. Because here's the verdict. Your circumstances might be real, but your perspective decides how much of reality you can see. And sometimes you don't need a new life. You need a wider field of view.